Hello friends, welcome to Let's Shoot Accountancy. In our last session, we discussed the movements of cash and classified them into three essential activities, which are operating, investing, and financing activities. In our last session, understanding those classifications gave us a good foundation to the cash flow statements topic. So if you might have missed that session, please do check that out first to get a better understanding of what will be covered ahead in today's session. In today's session, we are going to learn about the methods used in preparing a cash flow statement. But before we start, I would urge you to visit our website www.letsduit.com to check out the variety of courses made available at super affordable prices. So don't miss out on that. With that said, let's begin with today's session. Friends, as we have discussed in our previous session, cash flow statements classify cash movements under three primary headings or categories. The first heading is cash flow from operating activities. The second one is cash flow from investing activities. And lastly, we covered cash flow from financing activities. Now let's dive into today's learning outcomes and discuss the two primary methods used in deriving cash flow from operating activities. The first method is known as the direct method, and the second one is called the indirect method. While the other two elements or classifications of cash flow statements, which are cash flow from investing and cash flow from financing activities, will remain the same for both direct and indirect methods. Under the direct method approach, major classes of cash receipts and payments are disclosed, whereas under the indirect method approach, net profit or loss is adjusted to derive operating cash flows. So, to gain more knowledge regarding how the cash flow statement is prepared, we are going to discuss both methods in detail. However, in today's session, we will begin with learning about the first method of preparing a cash flow statement, which is the direct method. So friends, under the direct method of preparing a cash flow statement, the actual cash inflows and outflows from operating activities are shown and then netted off to find out cash flow from operating activities. So here, cash inflow transactions would typically include the cash received directly from cash sales, cash collections from debtors, or any other operating income. And cash outflows would include cash paid to suppliers for purchases, cash paid to employees in the form of salaries, and other operating expenses. After considering all receipts and payments which happened during the financial period, we will derive cash generated from operating activities. And then we need to deduct income tax paid during the financial period to derive the net cash flow from operating activities. This can be a positive figure, which depicts that during that specified time period, there was a net cash inflow from operating activities. Or conversely, it can be a negative figure, showing that there was a net cash outflow from the business. After getting the results of net cash flow from operating activities, we need to record the transactions of cash flow from investing and financing activities. And ultimately, the net figure of cash flows from all three activities will give us a final result as to whether there was a net increase or a net decrease in cash. This net increase or decrease in cash will be added or deducted, as the case may be, to the opening balance of cash and cash equivalents to derive the cash and cash equivalents balance at the end of the period. Friends, here we need to remember that in respect to cash flows arising from investing and financing activities, there is no difference in the use of both the direct and indirect method. To get a better understanding about how the direct method is used, let's do some practice on this concept with the help of an example. In this example, we are given the cash inflow and outflow transactions of XYZ Limited. So let's solve this using the direct method. So friends, to correctly solve this example using the direct method, we will begin by classifying all these transactions according to the three activities within the cash flow statement. As you can see in the question, the cash inflow transactions include cash received from customers, which will come under the heading of cash flow from operating activities, while cash outflow transactions like salaries and wages paid to employees, payments made to suppliers, and interest paid will come under the heading of cash flow from operating activities. The cash inflow transaction of investment sold and the cash outflow transaction of purchasing new machinery will come under the heading of cash flow from investing activities. The cash inflow transaction of issuing new equity shares will come under the heading of cash flow from financing activities. And the repayment of loan will also be part of the financing activities heading and would be recorded as a cash outflow transaction. Now let's practically understand the process of deriving the solution by looking at the cash flow statement of XYZ Limited. First, we need to sum up all the cash inflow transactions under the heading of cash flow from operating activities. Here, the only cash inflow transaction would be cash received from customers worth 100,000. And to proceed forward, we need to deduct all the cash outflow transactions, which will also come under the operating activities heading. Here, the cash outflow transactions will be salaries and wages paid to employees worth 25,000, payments made to suppliers of 35,000, and an interest expense worth 10,000. After completing this step, we will arrive at the net cash generated from operating activities, which is 30,000. And then the income tax paid during the year worth 7,000 will be deducted from this amount. After this, we will get the final figure of net cash flow from operating activities, which is 23,000. Let's refer to this classification of operating activities as Activity A. Now we need to post the entries of other transactions that come under cash flow from investing and financing activities. As we can see in the solution, the cash outflow transaction of purchasing machinery worth 50,000 will be recorded with a negative sign, and the cash inflow transaction of selling investments worth 100,000 will be recorded with a positive sign under the heading of cash flow from investing activities. After this, we will get the figure of cash flow from investing activities, which is 50,000. Let's refer to this classification as Activity B. Now we will record the transactions that classify as cash flow from financing activities. The cash inflow transaction of issuing equity shares amounting to 100,000 will be recorded with a positive sign, and the repayment of a loan amounting to 50,000 will be recorded with a negative sign. By summing up these transactions, we will derive the net figure of cash flow from financing activities. At the end, by summing up the results of all three activities, namely A, B, and C, we will get the net figure of cash flows, which in this example shows that there was a net increase in the cash flow statement of 123,000. So friends, with this, we can effectively wrap up today's session. We hope that the direct method of preparing a cash flow statement has been made clear to you. In our next session, we will understand the use of the indirect method for preparing a cash flow statement, and the subsequent sessions will be purely problem-solving sessions. So stay tuned with us. Do visit our website www.letsdueit.com, where many accountancy and other course content is made available at very affordable prices. If you liked this session, don't forget to like and share the video with your friends. Do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get an instant notification when we upload new videos. See you all in the next session. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.